Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly, and just finished the Raider Charger game. Same old Raiders, man. Same old Raiders. But, oh, I love it. But I want to get into 49er football here. And I want to talk about what I talked about yesterday. Right after the game, man, I was giddy. And one of the first videos I made was of Connor Kobe, man. And watching the game initially, I was like, I don't think this dude gave up a pressure at all. And then today, PFF came out and yeah, he didn't give up one pressure, and he looked, whew, man, he looked good. And now it was good seeing in the morning and later on in the day how a lot of people were talking about it. I was like, yeah, dude, it was awesome seeing that he's getting recognition that he's deserved. And we saw in preseason, man, we saw in training camp. Everyone was talking about like, man, these two young rookies, him and Drew Moss, they looked really good out there. And as a Niner fan, you're seeing that. You're like, all right, dude, we need offensive line help so much. And if these two guys could hit, so far so good with Kobe, it's gonna be huge for the 49ers. And I was listening to KNBR, the sports leader, today, and I saw Ryan go out there, Tim Ryan, the commentator for the radio for the 49ers, and he really loved what he saw out of Connor Kobe, man. Let's just check this out real quick.
Tim, a rookie that we really don't talk about is Connor Colby. Seventh rounder guard, was forced into action yesterday, filling in for Ben Barch. How do you think he looked out there yesterday?
How do you think he looked, Marcus?
I thought he looked damn good, Tim.
You would be right about that. He's and we'll see how long Barchi's going to be out with the ankle. I don't know what the news is on that, but Connor Colby is really taken to coaching, and Chris Forster, and those guys have done a great job with him, and he has taken to the coaching. He trusts what he's learned over the last couple of months, and you can see it on the field. There was one play, and those twist stunts aren't easy to handle now. And the tackle went first, got in between he and Trent Williams, and they had it blocked out pretty good. And then the end wrapped around, and he was a little late seeing it and reacting. It didn't have a huge impact on the play. But other than that, I thought he played his ass off. He's making his blocks. He's getting to the second level. And you watch as that band of brothers stays together, that the run game in those blocks, there's going to come a point here in the next couple of games where you're going to hear me on the radio on game day say, that is a clinic blocking session right there. That's how you draw it up on the board. That's how you go execute it. It won't be one. It won't be two. It won't be three. It'll be 5 or 6 guys that are all making their blocks in sync, cutting the defense in half, and the running back seeing it, timing it up, and hitting it at the right spot. It always takes a little while for this run game to really have the precision and the synchronicity that it's known for. That's not that far away, I promise you.
Yeah, man. So it's getting around, that this guy right here might be the real deal. And if we could, have this guy for the next 4 or 5 years, solidify this left guard position, whoo, that's just going to be, I mean, come on, you get this dude, 6th, 7th round, and he's performing like that. I mean, whoever the guys that draft in the later rounds, they need to get a raise, man. They need to get a raise, or they need to be drafting in the early rounds, those guys out there, those scouts that are finding these guys, because that was a heck of a performance, man. When you saw that game, right when he came in the game, man, all of a sudden, our offensive line started picking up, man. Our pass protection was there. Our running game was there. You saw one play where Connor Kobe took on the defender, goes to the next level, and I think when he takes out like a linebacker, and it was like, dude, we have not seen that in a while, man, from our center or our left guard in forever. And then you saw that with him, and it was like, dude, that's what you want to see right there. That's what you want to see. And seeing that, man, ooh, you just get pumped up, man. You get pumped up from old 49ers football, where we would smash him in the mouth. And I think he had the same number. Was it the same number as former 49er Alex Boone? Remember Alex Boone with Jim Harbaugh? I think that was 74, right? Was it 74? Something like that. 71. But yeah, dude, he looked good. I know he's tall and all, but he moves for a guard, man. He has that natural movement. He was just from one guy to another. It was just so fluid, and you love to see that, man. I can't wait to see him what he has to offer the rest of the season. It's like he's starting. Ben Barch is out. He's in a boot. And who knows if he's going to come back. It happens all the time, man, where guys get hurt and they never get their job back. And that could happen here. If this guy comes out, performs at a high level this next few weeks, I don't think Ben Barch can get his job back, man. I really don't. Look at, man, remember Tom Brady, man? The all-pro Drew Bledsoe goes down. And then Tom Brady's like, dude, you ain't taking my job, bro. This is mine now. And it happens, man. And if this happens for us, you'll take that to the bank, man. You'll take that to the bank all day, every day. So, yeah, you got to go with the hot hand. Go with the hot hand. I know, sometimes people don't like that. They're, oh, no, you got to go with the veteran, whatever. But nah, man, those days got to be over for the Kyle Shanahan era. And we saw that. We've seen it this year with different guys, Marquis Siegel starting over guys like Jair Brown and whatnot, and Grant, those guys. And you saw it, Mikal Williams, dude, they're like, we're going to throw you in there. We don't care if you're a first round pick, only 21 years old. Get in there, dude. And he's flourished. And Alfred Collins, I'm going to say this right now with Alfred Collins, another rookie. Since we're talking about rookies, Alfred Collins this week, he did a lot better than last week. He got some pressure. Were there some plays where he got blown up still? Yeah, dude, I saw that. I know a lot of people are giving him really high praise, and he deserves some. He deserves some because he hit the quarterback. I didn't know if he was going to hit the quarterback all year, and he hit the quarterback, and there was a few plays where he did good against the run. Is he a finished product? Hell no, man. There were still plays again where he was getting blown up. But if you look at from week 1 to week 2, a little bit better. Not a lot, but a little bit better. So you got to look at that and say, hey, man, we'll take that. We'll take that, because I was already thinking, man, this guy might be benched already the way he was playing. But you got to give him some leeway there, because you know what? He did a little bit better as a rookie. And then obviously third rounders, Upton Stout, another rookie. He had his ups and downs, but if you're looking at the stat for Upton Stout, he only gave up, I believe this is right, 1 catch for 14 yards. Now, he did make some mistakes on that 4th and 1 where Spencer Rattler, he was one-on-one. He could have gotten in the backfield. He missed. So he did miss 2 tackles. But it seemed like he had missed, he had given up more yards, but it was just 1. And then it was that penalty. So, yeah, it was the Upton Stout experiment. But you could just tell, though, he's really physical. He's a physical guy. And I still like this dude. I think he's still going to be a heck of a player. I get it, 5'8", but when you have that feistiness to you, like remember Steve Smith, the receiver, how feisty he was? He only 5'8", little guy. But, dude, that guy freaking was a baller. So I really do like what I saw of Upton Stout. Again, all these rookies, man, for the most part, have been coming in and stepping up. Now we know Nick Martin still hasn't had his opportunity. We don't know if it's because he hasn't been doing great in practice, or they want to go with, want to stick with Luke Gifford over there at the Sam, or they like now Jair Brown, he's out there playing Sam. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen there. But yeah, he hasn't had his opportunity yet to shine, and we'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, man, overall, man, these rookies have been awesome, man, have been really solid for us, from everybody, even, like I said, Siegel starting for us. And the list goes on and on of dudes out there. And I can't wait for other guys, undrafted free agent Drew Moss, to get his opportunity to see what he has. And I think he's going to shine too. This guy's going to shine too, just like Connor Colby. But again, going back to Connor Colby real quick, if he continues to play like this, man, it's just going to be like, it's like the Niners playing craps, right? And then getting a 7 3 times in a row. It's like, dude, how do you do that? How do you get these late round picks? And I don't know, man. It's got to be something with the Iowa guys, man. Again, I talked about that last video. Jarvis Kittle, Connor Colby, these guys are corn-fed, man. I'll say right now, these guys are corn-fed. If you ever watched Nebraska football back in the 80s, 90s, when they were really good, they would call them the cornbread, because those guys were just country strong, man. That's the same thing with Connor Colby, man. He's country strong, man. You don't see it. You maybe don't notice it, but when you see him play, man, he's throwing dudes around, man. And he did that in preseason, and he's doing it now. And I'm like, ooh, we might got something. We might have got something right here. So, yeah, man, hopefully he could keep it up against Arizona. If he does this against Arizona, then I think he'll start getting a little bit of national attention out there, because I know it took like 2 or 3 weeks, actually like 4 weeks, when Dominique Pooney last year was starting to get that recognition. I remember listening to Chad Ochocinco, and he was like, "Ooh, man, that Dominic Puni, that guy is good." And so we'll see how it goes with Connor Colby, man. It might be the same thing if he keeps it up and keeps doing what he's doing, protecting that quarterback. That's what we got to do. Mac Jones had a lot of time out there to throw, and he looked really good out there. Hopefully, if Brock Purdy comes back this week, protect him. Whoever the quarterback is, protect him. And, it starts with the O-line. So, man, that's what I got. Let me know what you think.